What's up, my lovely love bug goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel, How to Cook. Well, honey, this is a requested recipe. Actually, this is a Facebook requested recipe, but guess what? Me, I gonna spread this one all over the world. Now, you wanted me to make Bammy, fried Bammy with ackee and saltfish Sunday morning thing, right? With some fried dumpling and all that good stuff. And I'm going to show you how I turn this one up. Jamaican ackee and saltfish fried Bammy recipe in your kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. Now, if you are new and you're here watching me cooking up this recipe for your very first time, make sure go to that you have subscribed, right? If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do so right now. Turn on your post notification settings goodie so you will always be reminded whenever your girl upload a brand new video. Are you ready? Me ready? Come on and let's get started.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but you owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him what you forget. Turn your back on your brother when him need you.
Okay, my boo thing, I have my saltfish right there. That is the pollock saltfish, right? It is pretty good. A tropical brand, use it all the time and it works perfectly fine. I have my Jamaican Ackee right there, and actually this is the first time I'm using this brand, so we will find out what this brand is all about at the end of the recipe. I'll tell you guys if it's good or not. Honest opinion, right? Now my tropical saltfish, I'm going to do it the exact same way that I would do my Jamaican saltfish, and I'll show you that as I go along. Now I have my Bammy here, and the Bammy, the brand is the same brand of the ackee, right? So I'm going to explain, I'm going to tell you everything how I feel about this particular brand because this is the first time I'm using this brand. Now my Bammy, I have two in it, right? So how I prepare it, right? I take it out of the package, and yeah, I always use two, right? So I take them out of the package, and you could use like milk, or you could use whatever, milk, water, just to soften it up. But here I have two, so I'm gonna cut it into a total of 8 pieces. You could either cut it down like that to get it in that triangular form, or just turn it out. However you feel comfortable doing it, you just go ahead and do it. Go there. I saw the thing set, right? Always remember, it's your kitchen. Do whatever you want, but don't skip all the steps. Okay, so yeah, I'm just cutting them all up, and I'm gonna have 8 equal triangular shapes, just like that. Just like that. I noticed one thing though, when I'm cutting into it, it's a little bit harder than the Ochiris brand. I usually get the Ochiris brand, but this one tends to be a little bit more dense. Okay, so we'll see. All right, now we want to make sure that you have a deep container, so you could soak up this thing. It is perfect if you do it overnight, but in my case, me, I do it same day, everything at same day. But I am going to let it soak for at least 30 minutes. I'm using my almond milk, and this is the vanilla flavor. That is optional. That's the milk that I want. You could use fresh coconut, you could use water, you could use whole milk, and make sure you put enough in it to soak it up. Make it nice and soak, right? Then after you do that, you get a plastic wrap, you cover it over and set it aside and let the liquid soak through the Bammy. Now I noticed though, even though I let it sit for about 45 minutes, it was not as soft as I wanted to be, but we will see as I go along. Now you want to make sure you get a paper towel and just tap up some of that liquid, whether you're using milk, whether you're using water, whether you're using coconut cream, whatever you decide to use. Make sure you get some of that liquid. Make sure you get most of that liquid back off of the thing, right? Perfect, just like that. Perfectionist, right? Now I have a pot there, and you want to make sure that pot is nice and hot. Make sure you're all nice and hot. And I am using a lot of oil, goody. Yes, goody. Yes, you need oil to fry this. So don't tell me you don't want to use oil because of cholesterol and all them things. That you need oil to fry your bammy. It's going to be fried on medium heat, nice and slow for at least, goody, at least 6 to 7 minutes. After 6 to 7 minutes on both sides, 3.5, that is what your bammy is going to look like. Now at this step, it did soften up a tad bit, but not to the way I want it to be. But I'm not finished with it yet, so at the end of everything, I will tell you exactly how that particular brand is. Went ahead and fry up the other 4. Same thing, no miss no step, and it was done. All 8 pieces, fry on medium heat, and the thing shot just like that, okay? Now after I finish up all of them, I'm gonna go ahead right here and prepare my prepare my veggies, carrots, bell peppers, onions, whatever you want to put on it, but that's what I choose, bell pepper and all them stuff. Now in that pot I added some oil, and then I just went ahead and throw in my vegetables. And of course you can see I made my vegetable pretty, because everything I've been putting in my kitchen. Now I'm using apple cider vinegar, and to that right there I added quite a tad bit of that apple cider vinegar, and I allowed it to simmer on the medium heat still. Added a little bit of black pepper just for added flavor. No salt, goody, please don't add no salt to the mix. No salt to the mix whatsoever. We don't want to add no salt to it, boo. No salt. Allow it to simmer uncovered. I could have put some hot pepper in it, but I don't want to put hot pepper in it. I don't want no pepper. Just want it that simmer for about 5 minutes tops, and just throw everything on top of the bammy. I'm gonna cover that up nice and tight, seal it up, just spread out it, spread out the thing, spread out, like so. And then you cover it up with your plastic wrap and just let it sit and marinate all up of that goodness there, right? Now of course I added my fried dumpling, but I'm not going to go through all the process to show you how to make the fried dumpling. I will insert some links down below so you can see how to make fried dumpling. But yeah, I have my butter in there, some salt, and I'm using all-purpose flour and self-rising flour to make these dumplings, but I will give you guys some links, right? But that's my dumpling right there. And so of course I added in some fried plantain, because yeah, it's Sunday morning breakfast, right, that you asked for, so you're going to get all of them things up today. Now a friendly reminder, please go ahead and check your girl channel out, Life as Juliana. Make sure you subscribe here, subscribe there, share the recipes with your friends and family. Make sure to check your notifications so it's good, so you will always be reminded whenever your girl upload a brand new video. Now let's go back to the recipe. Now I have my saltfish right there, and you want to make sure that you put your saltfish into that water when it's nice and hot, boiling hot water. If you don't want to do the step, soak your saltfish from overnight or a couple of hours prior to cooking, all right, because you want to get some of that salt out. However, I am going to boil my saltfish twice, goody, until it looks pretty much like that. After 2 boiling for 15 minutes, boiled for 15 minutes, and that was my result. Nice. And yeah, it still has a salt flavor, but it's not corny as salty. Picked it up into desired pieces that I wanted to be picked in. That's gonna be your choice, booting. Put your foot up into that saltfish and pick it up the way you want it. Is your kitchen. So that's the result right there. That is perfect. I love the way that looks. Now moving right along, I cut up all my veggies, my tomato, bell peppers, onion, thyme, scallion, hot pepper, garlic, all that. Everything's all prepped and ready to go to the recipe. All prepped and ready to go. Now what I did here, I went ahead and got another pot, put some EVO in it. Use whatever oil that you want to use, y'all. Now I added some garlic, about a tablespoon of garlic, and just let it toast up for a couple of seconds. After I did that, I threw in my veggies into that pot. Throw it in there. Throw it all up in it, all up in there. Then I allowed it to cook for about, I'll say about 5 minutes. Just leave it alone and let it sit and let it chill. For about 5 minutes, I did that while I was getting my ackee ready, right? Now, after I took my ackee out of the can, of course, this is my first time using it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion about this brand here. I went ahead and I checked it. Some of the ackee was nice and tender, and some of them wasn't as tender. I mean, it's cooked ackee in the can, but it wasn't the texture, the whole entire ackee the way I would want it to be, right? So what I decided to do after I done got my veggies was the way I wanted it, I went ahead and add the ackee first to get it on the heat, okay? Then I added some black pepper to it. Now, to flavor it up, I went ahead and added some salt-free seasoning. A little bit of ketchup, optional, but in my kitchen, I love ketchup. I tossed it just a little bit, not too much, because I didn't want to mess up the ackee. And I let it sit there in the heat for about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and then I added the saltfish to it, and I stirred it gently. It really worked. It worked. This technique worked. If the ackee was perfect in the can, I would have went ahead first and added the saltfish first to the vegetable, but because my ackee was unbalanced, I went ahead and added the ackee first, then added the saltfish second, and it came out pretty good. To top it off, I added just a little bit more black pepper on top, and it was done. It was perfectly done. Everything came together nicely the way that I wanted, right? And my breakfast was on the table, and it was ready, and it was ready to get in, honey. It was ready to get in. I was not playing with this breakfast. It was delish. I kid you not. Now, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, y'all. Give your girl a big fat thumbs up. Share the recipes with friends and family. Let me know what you like to see me cooking next in my kitchen. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!